Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a brief update video on 3 of the Power of the Primes Deluxes that are reviewed last week. Over the course of that week, I figured out a couple of different things. One thing that I missed in the instructions for one of the figures, and a couple other things I learned from other sources that I was never going to learn from the instructions. So, first thing was Swoop. I noted in the review that's the only place to store Swoop's sword is underneath his neck, and that's all the instructions say. However, if you notice, there are 2 holes in his waist right there, and both of them are the same size as the post for the sword, so you can stick the sword underneath Swoop like so if you want. However, that doesn't particularly leave him in a good pose for flying or whatever. And I guess you can just stick it on his chest when he's perched or whatever, but that also looks kind of weird. So, I mean, it's an option. It's definitely an option. If you have a flight stand, that's probably a good place to store it. But I do not have a flight stand, and I do wish I had a flight stand. Next, we're going on to Slug. One of the biggest complaints I had with him in my review is that his head was so stuck to his body, and he basically didn't have a neck. The instructions do show a step in the transformation to actually give Slug a neck. And what you do is you untab that whole section, and then these little notches, these little things right there, go into those those holes right there, and that is how you make Slug's neck. There are even some panels to cover up the gap in the body, and there would be no other reason for them except to make up the neck. I missed that in the instructions. Hold on, I will actually bring the instructions out so as I can show you why I missed these. I also will admit I did not read the instructions the first time, but I can understand how you would miss it, because the first step is just, the mouth folds up and then the head folds back, and it's where does the head fold to? Because it looks like it's pretty much in the same position as the original head, and they're not very clear about where things go. And I also completely missed it because it doesn't tab, it just kind of rests, and that's what really threw me off, that it just those just kind of rest there as opposed to actually tapping in. And the last thing to note is someone on Twitter was able to figure out what that very, very tiny Cybertronian text underneath that Autobot logo is. And the resulting what it reads are MAGA, MAGA, or Make America Great Again. Hasbro responded to this once it was figured out, saying that it appeared that this was the work of a vendor who was not directly tied with the company, and it got in and no one noticed. And I mean, that is small text, very blotted text, so they snuck it in. That person's not working with Hasbro ever again, and I am going to leave my opinions involving that out of it. That's all I have to say on these 3 figures. Those are all the updates I had for them. Nothing with Dreadwind. Dreadwind, everything's fine with Dreadwind. There's nothing new or new discoveries I made on Dreadwind, just these 3. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.